So the news is out. You've seen that Remotion came out with a Claude skill, and you've watched a few videos, and you've gotten hyped up, only to realize that while it is indeed super powerful, it's still taking some time to edit your videos, right? So let's turn this kind of gimmicky thing into something that's production ready. And so what we'll do to do that is we will make a self-learning feedback loop to actually create and generate videos. After and as the video is getting created, learnings are being collected. So anytime you don't like something, you tell Claude, hey, change this. It's going into the project learning document, and then at the very end when the video is actually rendered, that goes into the full-on learnings document. And so it just recycles, and each time you make a video, it gets better and faster, and it gets more tailored into your image. So when you upload a video, the first thing you do is you just run this command, which I'll show you in a second, and Claude will analyze the transcript of that actual video. It does this using OpenAI's Whisper, so you'll need an OpenAI Whisper API account. And then based off of that, it'll make recommendations off of what template to actually use. So as you can see, I have pre-made templates, one for talking head, one for tutorial, one for testimonial, product demo, which, yeah, you know, various ones, but generally I'm just going to go with the talking head every single time. And then it checks the asset bank. Based off of what I say I want, it checks the asset bank. And assets are things that get built in previous sessions. So perhaps there's a B-roll that was generated, whether it be a Nano Banana Pro image, and then you take that image and then you turn it to VO3 and create an actual video, or maybe a screenshot that you've made online, or an image that you've actually downloaded, or a Remotion animation that was previously built in other sessions. Every time we do that, we're creating an asset bank, and we would want to reuse these if possible, if relevant. So it'll make suggestions if it's a 70% match or not. This will save us on API credits in terms of developing our own AI-generated B-roll, right? So then, for the transcribe, I already kind of showed you that, or told you about that. So it detects silence at the beginning. So if there's any silence at the beginning of the video, it'll just take that off and start. And then it'll transcribe and then identify the B-roll moments. So really, these three are done after you run this prompt, okay? So then it'll analyze everything, and it'll give you an overall vibe, like ask you some questions, little bit of back and forth there, and it's really just a wizard. Like you just click, or choose what you want, your caption style, etc., and then it'll validate the prompt that actually gets generated. So if any B-roll needs to be generated, there are sub-agents that are particularly skillful at creating prompts to make those B-roll videos. For example, I have a sub-agent that's specifically trained on Remotion animations that will make Remotion animations, but also in my brand image, right, in brand aesthetic. I also have another sub-agent that is trained in creating Nano Banana Pro images, and then another sub-agent that will take those Nano Banana Pro images, make a prompt that will then make a video. So basically, you have one prompt that then potentially would be referencing other mini prompts as well. So you have like an orchestration, if you will. And when we run this / command, it validates all of that together and tells us if we need to change anything, right? So do we need to generate new B-roll? Yes, then we'll generate the video assets, okay? So like I alluded to, Nano Banana will make the images, the user will approve, and then the VO3 will then animate, and then we can use 11 Labs for sound effects, right? And we'll also generate these captions as well. So as we go along, it'll be an auto promotion system, so it'll scan all the project learnings. This is kind of what I alluded to earlier. This kind of happens at the end, actually. It doesn't happen from this phase. It happens at the end. But you can run it whenever you want to. So basically, after B-roll is generated or not generated, if we're just going to reuse it or make our own, we will actually compose the entire video. So that's where we take everything and we actually compose it into Remotion, and then we will actually render it. Then we will capture all of the knowledge that was generated into the learnings for that project, and then we will run a command that analyzes those learnings in relation with the other project learnings and the main learnings file, and then synthesizes all that, so then the next time we iterate the project, it'll run even smoother. So we have a global learnings, we have their project learnings, and then we have our asset bank, and then we have our templates as well. So in the next video, I'm actually going to show you a live walkthrough, putting all of this together so you can actually see how it actually works. So stay tuned for that.